All right. Can I continue? Can we continue?
Yes, sir.
All right. The first
Yes,
thing
sir.
you will
Yes, sir.
do is to create a new folder. So create a folder here inside your JavaScript. Call it React what JS. All right. Call it React JS. So now let's go into that particular folder we just created. So it means that this folder now is inside JavaScript abi. So if I go to my command, if I go to my command, are you seeing it? So one thing, if React is a command-based uh, library, all right, in the sense that you use npm command. So the first thing you also need to do before even doing this first, let's set up our environment. How many person is coding with me here? Who is coding with me here? There's nobody coding with me.
Yes, sir.
All right, so nobody should send me message on my DM that you don't get anything. No. So first thing first, go to the official website of React. So we are going to, you have to install some utility before you start. The first utility that you need to install is a Node JS. So you go to a Node.js website. This is their website. Probably I will drop the link on the WhatsApp platform. This is our website. So at this website, you will be able to install the latest words Node. Are you getting me? So you just click on Get Node. They will install the node for you. So you will get it like a exe file, just like the way you install normal software. All right. There you can now what install it on your system. So let me drop the link on your group. So this is the link for React to to download Node.js. All right. Uh, so this is the link. So I've already installed Node.js on my system, so there's no point installing it again. Please, is that okay? So when you install
So
Node, yes.
The Node.js, is it another name for React? Because I discovered when you are checking for some of these software, some of the and front end tools, they will always mention Node.js, not this React. So is it the same
Okay.
thing
No, Node.js is
as React?
Node.js is not the same thing with React. Okay, Node.js is another JavaScript library that is strictly for back end. The reason why we are using Node.js, why you are installing Node.js for React, is because you want to have access to using npm. So npm is Node Package Manager. Are you getting it? So all those creating of React, all of
Yeah.
these things, you have to use the npm command to create it, to create React. So that's why you need Node.js.
Okay, sir.
But Node.js is a programming language on its own, but is a library of JavaScript also, just like your React.
Okay, sir.
So let's
Okay.
continue. Now I haven't installed everything, so let's me take you to the official website of React, so that in case you want to guide yourself. So their official website is react.js, I think .dev. Let me see. Yeah, react.dev. This is their official words, their official website. All right, this is their official website. Now, how do you use websites? The first thing you need to do, you have to go to the reference. All right, the reference will show you how to what, how to use the library. Every library has a documentation. Do you understand? So look at it now. If you click on learn, you'll see the process of how to use React. Are you seeing it? They won't be giving you code to what to run. But if you don't have knowledge of the introduction, these things will be complex to you. I hope you grab. So this thing will be you have to do. You see references. You can go for references in case, because React is always updated. React is not a a library that is stagnant. if you check presently now we are having React 20 point, so it's not stable. Because you have been doing it before does not mean that's how it's going to continue forever. You have to always go to their websites. And another thing why React is so popular, React is what they use to build Facebook. So Facebook is actually powered by what? By React. Do you understand? So that's why the community of React is very large, and React is very light. There's no time that your Facebook loads slowly. There's no time that your Facebook load what? Slowly. Okay, so React is very light. Another thing you need to notice again, React is a component-based library. What we do by component, you get to understand that when I started code, we start writing code. Sure. It's a component-based library. React is independent. So the reason why we say React is independent, everything will be React. You can build HTML, CSS code with your what? With your React. All those that YouTube clone that we did with HTML, CSS, you can use React to build it from scratch. No, all those kind of your CSS code that look like a old pattern. Do you understand? So that is why React is very very good. And again, React is a front-end library. It's not a back-end library. It's a front-end library. So let's go straight to the installation. All right. Looking at the overview. The next one is the React has a lot of API. They support a lot of APIs that you can easily use if you don't want to code anything from scratch on your own. You can just link your application to that API. And one thing again, React is good for REST APIs. They consume REST APIs. You can use them to consume REST APIs, unlike other programming language that you have to do some things before you can see your results. Don't worry, with time you're going to understand what API is all about. For React, let's React. I think there is a place for installation and quick starts. Store your what? I'm trying to get gradually to blah 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 stuff. Okay, the React router. All right. So they said nps create React, your React name. So you go to your terminal. You run that command. I think I need to go inside JS cd command. You know, in the computer there's something we called cd. Cd means change directory, or we know something like directory on an existing word directory. All right. Then we also have a clear screen. All those are terminals that you need to. We have ls that will tell you your ls will tell you the path that you have on your on your system. Now I want to go inside this particular environment. I will say cd javascript first. Cd what? JavaScript. So because my file is inside what? JavaScript. So now I am inside. Are you seeing that I'm inside this particular JavaScript you are talking about? So inside this JavaScript, and I have what? React.js. So I'll also say cd React what? JS. So you can see now that I should be inside React.js. Are you seeing it now? Now I'm inside React.js. I want to install my application. You said npx create React, according to their syntax, React app. There you go for your app name. My app name is what? Introduction. So I'm looking at the introduction first. So you now press what? Enter. Please always ensure you are internet what? Enabled. So let's see what's going to happen. And this thing takes time though. But let's just, why it is running, it has not started running though. So while it is running, I'll go and be doing some other things. So let's allow it to start running. All right, it has started running. Great. So please be looking at this my React. Please, now you see that a file will be dropped there. Now let's go back to their official website, how to use their official website, because I will not be with you forever. Within by the next 2 weeks or so, this class will come to an end. Well, the other thing that you need to now know how to what, how to get things by yourself, make research on your own, and get. So now, like I was saying before, I said you have to go to the official what documentation so that you see what you want to use. Now you notice now that I was supposed to do this one is for Next.js, okay? Next.js is a React framework that takes full advantage of React what architecture to enable what full stack what React what apps. Do you understand? So Next.js is a framework on React what library. These are clear. So Next.js is a framework on React library. Express.js is a framework on Node.js what library. Do you understand now? So this is the code I actually run now to create my React. nps create React. This one is a router that I'm creating. npm create expo. This expo you are seeing is what React native, which is also another subsidiary of React. It can be used for mobile application development. For mobile app development, you can use what React native. So if you understand React very, very, very well, you can actually make use of what React native, because the syntax are actually what the same. The syntax are actually what the same. All right. So that's that about installation. The next thing, you go to the build a React what app from scratch. Look at it now. This is what we want to be doing from the beginning. So build a React app from scratch. So this is a React app. This is another way. npm install blah 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 stuff. If you have not installed your Node.js or Pasu, so all of this one, common application pattern, routing, data fetching. We also have code splitting. We have improving application performance. Application performance here we means by optimization, optimizing your application so that it will avoid what lazy what loading. Add React to an existing project. Okay, how to add a React to an existing project? You see the documentation. So you just have to write npm install React / what React DOM. Don't worry, when my React is fully installed, I will explain this React DOM for what for you. So the next thing, you check your setup. These are the setup documentation that they have for us to what to use. Now you can also use TypeScript for React. All right. You know, TypeScript is like a JavaScript. All right. The only difference between a TypeScript and JavaScript is for JavaScript we use .js, right? For TypeScript you use .ts. So the syntax is also almost what the same thing. All right. So you can also use your TypeScript on your React Developer or 2. So we are going to be installing some of the React Developer 2. Number one is the install the Chrome 2. So this one is very, very important. So let's quickly activate it on our system. Now the Chrome 2 is actually, what's the percentage of this now? All right, say yes. So if you check this now, you see that introduction file is supposed to be there. I think it's not there yet. So now let's go back. Let's install React Developer 2. Now look at it now. You are seeing a React logo here. All right, you are seeing a React logo there. If you go down on my tools, so let me show you the tools, how to get your tools. You will see where you have your extension. Google extension. So React Developer 2 is actually a Google Words. It's one of the Google extension that you need to install anytime you are doing React. Now the reason why we need to look at its extensions. So you click on the manage what extensions. Now the reason why you need to install the Chrome 2, which is a React Developer 2. Hello?
Yes.
So the reason why you need to install your Chrome 2, which is a React Developer 2, is because React makes use of what we call props. It also makes use of what we call components. So you'll be able to know when there is no components and when there is a prop. Because prop simply means indexing, identification of components. All right, that's what it means. So one of the two is Chrome 2, according to what they have in their documentation. So Chrome 2. or you can just type React Developer Word 2 here. React Developer Word 2. Are you seeing it there? So this is it here now. So if you don't have it before, it will show you to install. All right. If you have it, you can remove. So I already have it on my system because I have used my system for a React application before. So all your install this thing, that's what you see. You can see it here. All right, it's actually showing here React Developer 2. It's very, very important that you install a React Developer 2. You can see it. It's part of the documentation. Install for Firefox. Okay, so we have React Developer 2 for different browser, for your Chrome browser, for Firefox browser, and for your what? For Microsoft what? Edge. So it's very important you install your React Developer 2. Then those of you that are using Mac operating system, this is how you install it in a Mac environment in a Safari what? Browser. So we have React what? Compiler. So these are your React compiler. One of the React compiler that we have is the React DOM. But if you install your React the way we are installing it, like this, so if you go here now, you see that my intro is now file is ready, is there now, but it's still loading. Okay, so if you install it the way you install, everything will be installed for you. All the dependency file, they will be what? Installed for you. Is that okay? So now let's go to where you write code, quick start. Now on quick start, they are telling you that, oh, the first thing, you see this thing that you are seeing here, this is actually starting from here and this end from here, end here. Now this is not different from your conventional function in JavaScript. True or false? We talk about function, right? That use your function
True, sir.
keyword, then you now pass in a function name. This is not different for your function. Now this is a component. So the only difference between this and your function in JavaScript is that this one is having a return. So you'll be seeing that you'll be tempted to say this is HTML, which is called button, right? Button element in HTML. But in a React environment, we don't call it HTML. We actually call it what? JXX. Do you understand? So a component is having what? A JXX. A component must return what? A JXX. Do you get it? So it is the component that appear on the view. What is not the view? The view is your what? Your browser. Now, an advantage of React is that you can make use of components again and again. Let's say, for example, I create a component for a header. All right. So is it that
Now,
if
did
I
you say Did you say GMS or GSS?
JXX
Okay, J.
SX,
Okay,
S for sheep, X for Xerox. So
okay.
JSX. So that's what we are talking about. Okay. This is a component. This is a JXX. All right. But coming from here to here, everything is what is a component. In this place now that you have declared my button is now a component, right? You can nest it into another what? Component. So I can reuse a component when I create a component. The disadvantage of using HTML CSS one is this: if you create your own page, header for your own page, you know that you have to be copying that header, put it in the about page, put it in contact page, like that. But we have a HTML for include, we have include. All right, but the advantage of this one is that you don't need to write that header again. It's just for you to export it and use it where you want to what? Make use of it. That is the beauty of what? React. You can see that this is a component, my button is a component, then my button is now exported here. Let me see if this thing is complete now. Still loading. So I think it's almost going to be true. Please, can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Monachi, any question?
No, sir.
All right. So now that you have declared your button, you can what? Nest it into another button. So look at this one. My button was created here. True or false? My button is now being called here. Now look at it. My button in this place now is no longer a component. My button in this place is called a GXX. Do you know why it's called a GXX? Because it's inside a what? A return. You only return what? A GXX. Do you understand? So that's the example they gave here. All right. So you can see writing a markup for what? For GSS. This is what I mean. The markup syntax you have seen above is called what? GSS. It is optional, but almost what React projects use GSS for its what? Convenience. All of the tools we recommend for local development support GSS out of what? Out of the box. So all of these things, this is a GXX. You can add a style to a GXX. You can add a CSS to your GSS. You can add image to what? To your GSS. We are going to see that this one now, they added image to it. Please, let's give this one time to finish installing, because if I keep talking like this now, you may not grab it. So please, I don't have to close it now. If you look at this file, this React.js file, this intro now, you will notice that inside intro you have array review.html, you have array review.js, you have the dump zip, you have the what? The function.html. I hope this is what I'm talking about. So you have your node. The heavy file inside here is this node. All right, this node is very heavy. Are you seeing it? So this node that you're seeing now, one of the file there is called Babel. You have Babel plugin, you have other file. All those things are dependency that React used to what? Used to run. All right, these are dependencies that your React used to run. It's very heavy. If you finish your work, probably you finish your project and you want to launch your application to online. All right, we don't normally carry Node.js file along with it. All right, because your browser cannot actually carry it. Your web space cannot actually carry it. It's too heavy. Now the next file you see there is the package JSON. This one is actually still coming up. Let's just give it time. But please, any question concerning this installation, let me drop the installation code to your WhatsApp also. nps create React what app. So npm create React app, then the name of your what? Of your app. So let's allow this into today is just introduction. Let's allow it to take its time. So next class I will not be doing this. So please let's give it time. Oh. Hello, are we still? Please, are you guys still here?
Yes, sir.
All right, please. It's good that you see the process. The first time is always taking time, and I've said it before. The reason why it's taking time is because of this file. You see this file, this node module, this file, this node that I see here is very heavy. You can see that it's the file that is much like this. Oh. Just like your CSS style, now you click on it, you see other file inside. So that's what normally takes time when you are installing React.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
So as heavy as this file is for us that are using 8 gig RAM, hope it can carry it. Oh.
It's okay. You're okay. It's not very heavy, sha. It's not very heavy. It's just the installation that is heavy.
Okay.
But this one will not take time again. It's almost done. And again, if you have a strong internet, like all those 5G, so 5G will be very fast.
Sir, you said something about launching your work online
Yes,
when you are done with your project work.
yes.
So does that one require a special activity? Like, is there anything special you'll be doing for that?
Is it React Abi your HTML CSS?
Like, if you have a project and you want to launch it online now
Uh,
with any particular language.
yes. First thing first is to get your domain. You pay for a domain and a hosting. So when you pay for a domain and a hosting, you now zip your file. I'm talking about HTML CSS now. You now zip your file. HTML CSS and JavaScript also, normal JavaScript. Okay, you zip your file, then you now go to the control panel of the hosting platform where you have your file manager. You just drop it on the public uh, directory. So you drop it on your public directory, your domain name will automatically what locate it. I think I need to just host, do a little hosting, but we're planning at most by upper week we should be rounding up. We need to do one hosting that you see how to host together. So you go there, then you drop your file there. Do you understand? That's why I keep saying that the first file that you are creating, which is your landing page, that file should be indexed. It can be, if it says PHP, it will be index.php. If it is HTML, it should be index.html. Remember, we have said in our class that JavaScript does not show on your page, it's only HTML that shows. So even if you have index.jx, it still means that you have to still put it inside what? Index.what? HTML for it to what? To show. Do you understand? So what I'm saying in a nutshell is that the index file is the first file that load. That's the front page, or they call it the landing page of your domain. Do you understand? Now for React now,
Yes, sir.
if you are taking React to a cloud, you are taking it live, you are going to run a command called npm run build on your terminal. So when you run npm run build, they will compile the entire work in for you into light projects. So it is that light project you now send to what? To your production server. That will not include the node module file. Do you understand? So this node module is all for production. You don't need it for execution. Now, wow, half of this class today now is Is this thing, oh? So if it is the installation, fine. But the time what it, at least you know the process. It's not that I just rush you to go and be doing something else. It's just better we just uh it's better we uh sorry. So it's better we see the way it takes time to load in case you are doing it on your own, so that you be patient with your system. Mhm. So immediately you run your npm, it will ask you to press OK to proceed. All right, OK to proceed. You just press Y there to proceed for you. So next class, I'm not going to install. So what I will do, I'll be using my existing installation. I'll just be copying it, so that that's how we do it. And again, there's a platform that you can use. All right, if you don't want to, because but this one is better, sha, because you see everything the way it's running. Let me show you a platform that you can use. That platform is called Code Signbox. All right, probably for practicing, though, you can just go to codesignbox.io. So it's an AI platform. Codesignbox.io. Sure. Z.com. Ah, still running. Let me just use codesignbox. I agree we should do something. I hope my internet is not finished. Oh. Ah. Maybe the way data used to chop somebody's money, eh? Hmm. Data is very frustrating now. I'm telling you. Data now, you now budget this money for data as if is food. It's not even more than food that somebody want to eat. So this is the official. This is Code Signbox platform. Why is this man? Why is Felix? Why are you laughing? Am I the only one experiencing it? Ah,
No, he's everywhere. Oh.
I'm telling you, today like this now, I've done 5,000 naira data. For only today. Oh. Eh. So you now click on sign in. I believe we all have a GitHub account. Do we have a GitHub account?
Yes, sir.
All right. You use your GitHub to what? To log in. So see now they've taken me inside. All right, because my GitHub is on this system. Let me see, this one's still running. All right, this one is still running. Oh. But let's just exercise the rest of today on Code Signbox. So what you do, the next thing you do, you click on uh create. All right, so you can see different programming language there. This is just like an AI tool whereby they give you a platform where you'll be writing your code, then begin to do your stuff, you'll be seeing your results. So now they give you a browser and everything that you want. You see, we have JS, we have TypeScript, we have TypeScript. Look at HTML, CSS, Angular JS, Vue.js, your normal JS, Next.js, and all everything. So this is what you go to React. So you give it a name, introduction, intro class. So you give it a name. They're asking for visibility. You can make it public if you like. Everyone can view. Everyone should view it. So I can share the link with you. Then I need a root folder. So then click on create signbox. So these guys, they will create the environment. Let me see this oga. Already. All right, now you can see by the right side hand side is your browser. The middle is where you write your code. The left hand side is your file structure. Do you understand? Is your what? Is your file structure. So please, let us take advantage of this. By next class, we'll use our local installation. Is that okay by us?
Yes, sir.
All right, by next class
Yes, sir.
we use our local installation. So you see
Yes, sir.
what is showing here, hello cosine boss. Start editing to see some magic. Now this is actually a component that is called default. Are you seeing it? But this export that you are seeing here is an advanced JavaScript syntax called import and export. What this one means is that this particular component called default has been exported out of this place, possibly is inside the what index.js. Can you see it here now? You can see it called app here. This is where they declared, this is the function, this is the function name, app. Export default function app, this is the name. So the name is not being used here. Now if I go back to this my app.js, I can delete this. Let's say I call it introduction class. Introduction to what? To React.js. Are you seeing that this is changing? It means that this is a component on its own. I can remove this. All right, I can remove it and change it to my own syntax. I can put a paragraph element there. So I can say lorem, will it give me lorem? Let's say lorem give me 20 character. Lorem produce 20 for me. I'll press my enter. Are you seeing that it's showing on your browser? Press enter, press enter, press enter, press enter. All right, are you see that it's showing on your browser? Now this thing is, it is not the app that is showing it. It is actually showing inside the index.what.js. So let me explain this index.js for you. This oga, this one, let's just remove our mind there. Now this index.js, if you look at this index.js, we said you communicate to your HTML, isn't it, using either a ID or what, a class, true or false. Now if you look at what's going on here now, we are saying that const root element equals to document or get element by ID root. Where is this root located? This root is located inside your public directory in your index.what.html. Are you seeing the root ID here? So this application that you are seeing showing on your browser is actually rendered inside here. So that's why on their documentation here, they said this HTML file is a template. If you open the directory in the browser, you will see what blah 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 stuff that is running. So this root here is what where is coming from, what from this index.what.js. So it means that this index.js is inside this what index.what.html. Do you understand? Do you understand? So everything you see that we are writing here is inside this
Yes, sir.
particular word, that particular word root. Now let's now assume that now I created, let's say they created this and this one was exported. Then this is a component, right? Let's say I want to create another component. I can just say my component name is function. Let's say my function is forget about the error that is flagging. Function is let's say what will I call it now? The function name is what is nav. Please always make sure you use capital letter for your component. It's very important. So is nav. I have something like, you see that it's back. Then like I said, you have to return the words a JXS. So I would say something like this. So what am I returning? Let's say inside this my header, I want to have something like a div. Okay, so inside this div I want to have like 3 divs. I have a div here. This is header. I can say home. I'll have to duplicate this several times. About, contacts. Are you seeing it? So this will be about, and this will be what? Contacts. Are you seeing it? Now you notice that what I'm writing here is not showing on your browser. Do you observe that? Please, are you guys with me?
Sir.
We are with you, sir.
So you notice that what I'm writing here is not showing on my browser. So what is rendered on my browser is actually this what app. That is what is rendered inside this what index. Are you seeing it here now? So for me to make what I'm writing there to appear on my browser, I will just call the name as a GXS. What's going to be the name now? The name is going to be what? Nav. I'll call the nav as my GSS. If I save it, are you seeing all the code I'll be writing here? It is not showing what here. So that is how React. This is what we call the component tree or reusable word component. You can have a root component, you have a sub component, you have another sub component. So that root component is the one that is housing all your components. Am I communicating? Okay, so if I have to create another component inside this particular file, I will also render it inside here, because this is what we rendered inside our index.what.js. Do you understand? Please, do you understand? Now the
Yes,
next
sir.
thing
Yes, sir.
I want to do now, you can also write CSS inside React. How do we write CSS inside React? If you look at what they did here now, they've already import what? CSS inside this particular file. And if you look at what's going on here, we have styles.what.css. So now I want to write my own CSS in this particular file so that I will have the shape that I want. So the first thing I'm going to do here, what we have here is everything is inside this div. Alright, so now in React you don't call it class, because class is a reserved word in React. So what you will call it is what? A class word name. So you now give your class. Let's say the class name I'm giving it is what? Is container. Alright, Remember now, you should be familiar with all of this because you guys did HTML CSS very well. So now it means I have to go inside here and style my what? My container what? Class. My container class. So the first thing I want to do now, I will set the display to be what? Sorry. I will set the display. Am I correct? I will set to be display to be what? Flex. You can see that when I set to be flex, right? All right, and we said in our HTML class, we said flex is this thing should move now. Flex is horizontal by default, so you can get your gap, or you call it colon what? Colon what? Gap. So let's say I gave it colon gap of 20 watts pixels, and I save. Are you seeing everything coming out? Let's say I want this thing to be at the center, so I can say justify content, right? Hope you remember justify content.
Yes, sir.
All right, I can say okay, center. So you see the items have been placed at the center of the what? Of the browser. So I can also do some other things like a background what? Color. I can say background color. So please, oh, I may just copy this code for next class. Oh, background color. Let's say I make the background color to be black. All right. I made the background color to be black. Then I made the text color to be what? To be white. So I'll just call the color. I'll give it what? White. You can see that this thing is very simple. But if you don't know it, you don't know it. So I'm going to give it height. So let's give it height of, sorry. Let's give it height of 55 watts pixels. Hey. 55 watt pixels. So are you seeing that this thing is showing on top of it? Let's also give it align items. Remember those concepts to align items. Let's set it to the what? To the center. So align items so that that thing will be at the what? At the center. Are we together? So let's also that I make the margin. We said margin is a space, right? So I'm going to set the margin by default to be what? 0. So the margin by default, I'm setting to, I think they are trying to save my program. So that's that about what that. Please, any question? All right. So if this doesn't
No,
work,
sir.
you can call the body element also. I can call body element here. All right, body. Then I'll just call the margin of the body. So that will, are you seeing it now? It resize everything on the browser, just like what we did in our previous word class. Is that okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
remember under flex again, we have, let me just leave it as a center, or let's use justify content space let me say space between. If I use space between, will it make sense? It doesn't make sense now. Let's say space evenly. All right, this make more sense to me. Please, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now the next question that you should ask now is, let me see. Oh boy, I go fear now. How do you bring picture That's all I'm going to route up this class. So how do you bring picture into your environment? How do you bring image into your environment? Okay, so let's say I have a component. I don't know if I should parse it. Let me put it inside the head. If I put it inside this head, will it make sense? Okay, let me create another component. I'll just call it session. If I was going on with that baby now, I'll just call it was session. So let's say session component. So this session component, I actually want to just show you guys how to bring image. So we know that to bring image is this code, right? That's the code that we use to bring image. So let me check if I can get image on my system. I don't know if they'll allow me paste image on the environment, but let's just give it a try. So let's say this finance. So this image right now is a PNG image. So let me copy it. So I'm going to create a folder here. I'm going to create a folder here. Please, this SROC is where you do your work. This place you don't have any business. This SROC is where you do your major work. So I want to create a folder here. I'll call it what? Images. Just like what you do in your normal. So I'll paste that image that I just asked again, paste. So I'm trying to drop the image I copy from my system there. You can see that this platform now, you can be writing code on your tablet to on your phone safe. So let's allow I thought I created a folder called images. Where is it? They are creating it or something. So it's still loading. Oh, this one is internet is still rolling. Uh, saving Node.js. All right. This something is rolling, but let me see it again. Images. Images. You can see that something is actually rolling. Actually, I still have data like this. I think I still have data. So something that is actually loading. See, creating what? Images. So All right, he's rounding up. So I can't really do anything until this thing finish. Otherwise, the system it will crash. The environment will crash. So I think we should just call it a day here. But let's just wait for this one to complete so that we know that this one is complete. If I knew, I would have not pasted this thing there. And it's like my internet service still giving me an issue.
That's the reason why. And a lot of things are open at the same time.
I'm telling you.
A lot of things are on.
I have to pin it. Let me do the class. There's a project I'm working on. I'm building a cooperative application, both front end and back end.
Oh,
So this one is almost done. Once this one is done, we'll just end the class till. See this one now is.
so is that one is it a student project? Is it student's project or a personal project?
It's a company project. It's a company that requested for it.
Okay. Oh,
So all right, you can see that this one is complete now. Now the next thing they say you should do, you should go to what inside your directory. Remember, I am inside React.js, and my file is inside what intro, isn't it? So you have to go inside. That will be cd what intro. So if you run that, you are now inside your intro. Okay. Now for you to know that your installation is complete, you have to run your npm what start. They give you guide. So if you run your npm start, if everything is good and fine, React will launch for you. Please, I will stop this place. Let me just do a screenshot so that we know that we've, we did something like this. I will drop it on the platform. Um, this one, I will not use this platform again by next class. Since our file is not ready, we'll just use that one.
So a faster way to do the screenshot is just Windows print screen. So you instead of going through the stress of saving
Uh,
and typing all the time.
my keyboard don't have a print screen, so that's why I normally go through that route.
No.
So let me see. All right. So are you seeing now? Now, if this thing loads successfully, open it. So that's React for you. So by in our next class, we are going to what be using this platform. Loading though. So it's still trying to load up. All right. So once you get successful and your browser shows like this, it means that everything is well done. Uh, Please, any question? Please, any question?
No, sir.
Sir, the class is being recorded, right?
Yes, I will drop the video immediately.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a nice, lovely night,
Same to
guys. All right.
you.
Take care.